Back with another AF stream. Let's go. It's Thursday, September 25th, 12:30. I have to go to a doctor's appointment in like 2 hours, but I was like, you know what? Let me just do a quick stream before I leave to my doctor's appointment. It's always fun to go do my yearly checkup. But here we are. I see Jadina in the house. Yo, how do we say like what up in like Finnish? How do we say that? So I can go what up whenever you're jumping on. I see Kim is in the chat. Let's go. Today we are working on Zodiac, by the way. If you didn't know, now you know we're working on Zodiac. Also, I got carried away after the stream yesterday and I had to continue working on the track that I started and dude, oh my god, it's pretty cool. You know what, maybe before I play, no, okay, let's just kind of focus on Zodiac today, but I will play you guys that track later on like a different stream. It's really cool though. It's really, really cool. But yeah, how do you say what up in Finnish? Jadinen, or like something like that, or something that says what up. But yeah, let's jump into Zodiac because I haven't listened to it since yesterday. So let's see what it sounds like. Hopefully it's still good. Hopefully it is still good. Oh no, maybe Mitten Mini or some. Ooh, Mitten Mini. Is that how you say it? Mitten Mini? Or is it Mitten? Mitten Mini. Mitten Mini. I actually really, really like that. If I'm saying it right, I hope I'm saying it right. Mitten Mini. That'd be cool. Which, if I'm saying that right, I think I'm just going to start going Mitten Mini instead of what up because it's so much cooler. Honestly, I need to come to Finland like now because actually not right now. It's probably really, really cold. Or it's getting colder right now, and like the days are probably getting shorter. Or actually, I've heard that there's no night in Finland. It's just like pretty much like it's just like daytime, right? Like I think it becomes a little dark, like around 10 p.m. So you said well, no, okay, man, okay. What is the proper pronunciation of Mitten Mini? Or you know what? I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, but I think the way I'm saying it sounds pretty cool. Mitten Mini. Mitten Mini in Finnish and means how's it going or how are you? Okay, let me see the proper pronunciation. Let's see if this girl.
Miten menee? Well, mitä kuuluu would be impartitive. That's why we reply hyvä, kiitos. But the questions mitä kuuluu and miten menee?
Miten menee. So that's how I said miten menee. In many would be saying in bread. Mene. Yeah, mene. Okay, cool. So miten menee. That's how I say it. Miten menee. That's really cool. That's still really cool. I like that. Let's have a listen to whoa, got dramatic. Zodiac. C-Tac, I see you. I see in the chat. I love this part. By the way, we are streaming on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. So wherever you're watching from, like and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Nice. So right off the bat, one of the things I want to do in audio, lots of muddy frequencies can happen, and they happen around like here. You're talking like between like about 100, like say like 120 hertz up until like about like 2 or yeah, like 400 or something like that. You just have to kind of sweep for those muddy areas. But that's where like a mix can become super muddy. And this sound, it's a big sound, right? It takes a lot of room in the mix, and you want to kind of scoop those areas out. What it actually does, it's going to make that sound even stand out more. So you want to scoop that stuff out just to make sure it hits, because we're getting like the bass and like that, those hits are happening like with the kick and the bass, right? So this is just for extra effect. You don't need it to be so boomy necessarily, or muddy. So you just want to kind of make it not as muddy. So imagine that, right? Versus, so this is with it, and this is without it. You see how much room it takes versus without? And then once you put it back in the mix, without, with, it just takes a lot of room in the mix. So you just want it to be not as muddy. That was the first thing I noticed about that. What I really love about doing these streams is, of course, I like starting a track idea and literally from scratch, right? And just like every day when I'm streaming, then we can kind of add more to it. And when it's done, you kind of see the whole process, and then I will put it out. And that way you've been there since the beginning. I think that's really cool. And it's very new for me. So that's exciting. That's really exciting. And let's see what's happening in Finland. And it has been getting darker already for a while now. So no more nightless nights. No more nightless nights. It's mainly around midsummer, and I live pretty south, so here it gets pretty dark even then. So it's pretty much all dark. Is that what you're saying? Because during summer you get some light, right? And then after summer there's like a window where you guys get some light, and then after that it's pretty much just always kind of dark. That's wild, man. That's so wild to me. It's different. I don't know if I could live somewhere where it was just like, oh my God, like you guys are also built differently, right? You guys are just built differently. Like your lifestyles are different. You know, you guys love your blood sausages and your sauna. I don't know. I don't know if I could if I could live in a place where it was just dark. I think it'd be fun for like a week. You know what I mean? Um, but I don't know. Now we actually come to the other side of the globe where you see Kim, who is actually here right now, and she lives in Arizona, and talk about the sun. You know, the sun, you know what? It's so funny. The sun's like, you know what, Finland, you just kind of do your thing. I'm gonna go over here. They got sun over there. We also have sun here, you know, but yeah, man, I don't know if I could do again, I think it'd be just like fun to experience it for a week, but like to have that be your life every day. And again, this is with like love, but too, like, please no, I'm not trying to like actually knock anything, and I'm sure it's amazing. You know, like the most amazing thing about the human body, or just like, you know, actually humans in general, like we just adapt. It doesn't matter where like we are, if it's too hot, if it's cold, if it's night, day. But it's just like personally for my like actual mental health, like I need sun, man. I need to like one of the things that I do when I actually wake up in the morning here this past couple of days, or this past few days actually, like I've been waking up and it's been kind of overcast, like it's just like the morning kind of overcast, but then it kind of clears out. I love to wake up and just see sun, and I think that's so important for your just like mental health, you know. Someone said in the chat, I do I speak Portuguese or falo Portuguese, por favor. I don't know how to speak Portuguese. I wish I knew. I just know obrigado in Portuguese, and that's all I know. Actually, okay. So I used to know a little bit more, but I don't know anymore. So if you can teach me anything, I'll say it. See, I'm actually learning Finnish right now. Minute, or what was it? Um, miten minute, right? Miten minute, miten minute. That's how I said it. Say it, I guess. Um, by the way, man, Instagram has a new feature where um they actually translate your videos. So I can set it to actually Spanish, and like my mouth is like all like AI'd, you know, and it actually keeps my voice, it keeps my like facial, like really everything. It's just me speaking Spanish, and I'm like, whoa. And it's cool because I see myself speaking Spanish. I'm like, wow, like I wish I could do that for real in like real life. It sounds cool. It just sounds cool. Or like Japanese. But I think in the next year, next actually year or two, I think pretty much all like platforms are like, you know, going to have some sort of a feature where you can press it, and then would be just like the person who's actually talking would be just in your language, which is like so smart, I think. Um, yeah, it would be kind of difficult with like live streams, but I mean, I don't see why that should not be a possibility. Literally like live streaming, and then there's going to be like a delay, and then it can get actually translated into Spanish, Portuguese, Finnish, Japanese, whatever. For winters up north, it's pretty dark. I think sunrises for a few hours though, but again, I live south, so it's bright for longer. Maybe 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Okay, I see. So that's not bad. So basically 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. is pretty much what's happening here right now. We are getting, I think here by 7, the sun is pretty much out now. And I think during winter, I think, yeah, 6 p.m. is dark. So I think that's pretty okay. But yeah, let's so I want to search for something here real quick. The cool thing with Studio One, also Kim, I know you wanted to decide to see which DAW that you wanted to use. I'm not sure about the other DAWs yet. I think some of them maybe have this option, but if you use like Splice comes in actually built in within Studio One. And the cool thing with it is it has this thing where you can kind of drop in a sample of like what you have from your song, or like a audio. And again, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And in this case, it's not working, which sucks, man. I wish it was working so I can show you. Yeah. Anyway, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But if it did work, what it does is, like, you see, like I have this sample, which is like big drums. It's going to give me actually similar like sounds that would match this. So it's like a really cool way to find like the samples that you want like fast. And also it gives you ideas. So it's like, oh, that actually could work with this or that. But anyways, this is something that comes with Studio One, and also you have to have Splice as well. So just another cool feature, but it's not working right now for whatever actually reason. It works, like it actually works sometimes, and sometimes it just doesn't work. So what you gonna do, such is life. But I feel like I should so see how this comes in right away. I feel like it actually shouldn't come right away. So one of like the tricks to see if you want to have a sound like in a place or not, you just actually mute it and then see if you actually miss it. I missed it here. Definitely missed it here. I didn't miss it in the beginning. It's kind of like cleaner. But when it came in, I was like, I think it's cool. Yeah, I know it takes a long time, and so I think one of the benefits of AI, again, it's a complicated topic, but I think one of the like benefits of actually AI in music is exactly this. Like with this feature, it almost feels like you have like a, producer who is kind of helping you feed you samples, and it's like, and it's so much faster. Now, there is actually something to be said when you go, what I call like, sample, digging. So you actually have to, dig for samples and which is fine. But again, it takes a lot of time. And I feel like with AI, that is one thing that's just, your time is so optimized when it comes to like, sample searching. And I mean, there's so much more that's happening right now with like Sunos and all that stuff. And also Google, they have their music, like, music AI generators, and they have sent me an early like invite to kind of contribute to their like algorithm and kind of make actually comments and such suggestions and all, and it's cool. It's interesting. It's really, really interesting. I think it's just one of those things. And then also what I saw is also Spotify, they just actually said that they will be they are going to be actually cracking down on like the AI generated music that's kind of like spammy and like short form and stuff like that. So it's gonna be an interesting thing, like to see what's gonna happen. But I feel like if you can really use like AI to, because at the end of the day, it's like it's all about your ideas as a producer or like as an like, you know, artist. And if you can't have those great ideas and put them together, you know, like the AI, you know, music will sound just the way it's gonna sound, you know what I mean? It's just all tools, but it is kind of scary to see like how it's gonna kind of actually change like the landscape of just like arts and just this whole thing. I mean, there's like actually AI artists right now that are getting like signed to like actual major labels and stuff like that, which is interesting. It's just an interesting time right now, man. It's just a really, really interesting time. To, today I saw one of those automatic AI translated videos from German to English. It was weird. Yeah, dude, the Spanish ones. Let me see if I can show you. There's I did a K-pop Demon Hunter kind of review thing, and there is an option for Spanish. Let me see if I can pull this up. Her story is her mom was a famous K-pop artist who dies. Then one of the other band members raises her. Why is it not working? She becomes a K-pop idol. View translation. I don't know why it's not working, but it's really cool. Like, I'm speaking Spanish. It looks like I'm speaking Spanish. I mean, there's some like, you know, moments that's kind of off, but it's just to see myself speak Spanish, kind of cool, man. Oh, there you go. Okay, so one second. Let me see if I can make this so you can hear it and see it. Okay, so her story is her mom was a famous K-pop artist. Actually, why am I? Anyways, I don't know. Anyway, so now I'm going to change it to Spanish. Isn't that crazy?
Eso es una buena base para que yo aprenda sobre cazadores de demonios de K-pop.
K-pop.
Entonces las tres chicas, ellas están en una banda. Una de ellas, Lumi, que es la favorita de mi sobrina, con el pelo morado.
Isn't that cool?
Su historia es que su mamá era una famosa artista de K-pop que muere.
Anyways, I don't know. It's kind of interesting, but we're gonna live in a whole different world. I think in 5 years, we're gonna live in a different world, I think. How is that, by the way? The sound got better, right? It's just too much noise here. So technically you're just using others. Not, let me see what, I agree. I don't think AI should fully produce, but I think in the sense of a tool, it's great. Right, because AI was generated from others' knowledge and only does what it's been taught. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't have like it only regenerates what has already been generated. So there's no vision in like, this is what it should be yet, at least. But man, we don't know. In 5 years, it could be completely, it just like a, you know, completely different thing, man. I don't know. Jayan said, I don't understand, but sounds believable. I know the Spanish sounds great. I don't know. I mean, I kind of understand a little bit. I know a little Spanish, not so much Spanish, but it sounds pretty good to me. But anyways, let's get to this Zodiac. So one of the things I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna sidechain the kick because it's happening on the 1, 2, 3, 4, right? I'm gonna have that kick trigger the so we can hear that kick more actually consistently. So you see now that kick is being triggered, or that the kick is actually triggering the so it just sounds a little cleaner, you know, it sounds more tighter. So, and also one of the things for the climax, because it's louder, because there's like so much going on, I need to turn up that big drum. But that means it's going to be louder pretty much everywhere. And I don't want it to be louder everywhere. So I'm just going to get like the levels for it for the climax. And then I'm going to turn it down for like the rest of the part. So let's see. So I think that's pretty cool. But see, it's going to be loud here. It's too loud for that part. So we're going to actually automate the volume for that part. That's nice. By the way, someone said something in actually Russian, but I think it's Russian, but I don't know what it says, so I'm sorry, I don't know what it means. Also, someone said that this sounds like Final Fantasy, which is true. Someone said hello. Привет. Привет. Привет, привет. Cool. And again, I would have to do the final final mixing like in my big speakers, but for right now this sounds okay. Let's see what else we can add to this thing. I don't know. Do we need anything else added to this? What do you guys think? Do you guys have any idea or anything that comes to mind? Okay, audio is still weird in this scene. I know why. Watch. How about now? Is it better? There is this like extra thing that it creates. It's so annoying when I go to. Can I just delete this thing? I don't know, but it should be better. Yeah, I know. And again, thank you for checking that. I love the way this was sculpted. No, I still love the horns in the back. Yeah, definitely. It's so crazy. I kind of forgot about them, and that's what you want. You know, I think like if all is working, you don't even know they're there. But you just said that, I'm like, oh shit, I did do that. I did spend time making. That was so much time spent on these, but they are. Isn't that crazy? I completely forgot about these. but they are working. That means that it's fine. It's like breathing. Actually, speaking of that, I think I can add some breath thingies on top of those. Why not? See? Some ideas just come out of nowhere. And it's not our job to judge them. It's our job to capture. I want to have a breath. That's a little joke. That actually is interesting. Let's see if I can just kind of layer. I wouldn't mind hearing them more. They're so beautiful. It's true. I could maybe even turn them up. Again, thank you so much for mentioning them. I forgot about them completely. That's so funny. I was so focused on those drums right now. But that's the beautiful thing about this whole process, right? It's like you just keep adding on layers and things but so the first one could be, and again, this is literally probably not going to be even heard on the mix, but this is just for us. It's going to be our little secret. I'm like Bob Ross, the painter. I'm going to put a little breath here, and that's going to be our little secret. So on top of the breath, we need a little slower so I can match the thing. So see to actually make it slower. And this just works like to a certain extent before it sounds terrible. You can just stretch the audio like that, and it stretches the audio, so it makes it like longer. So now the breath is longer, but it does sound a little bit kind of grainy. I mean, we're not gonna really hear that, but now it matches it's better, you know? And I want to also turn it up a little. Is that the exhale? So now I can also, I can take that and I can make that longer. And if I hold down shift, it kind of freely does it like that. Let's see what it sounds like. That's nice. Again, it's a little bit grainy, but it works. It's cool, right? And again, it's just like the music production process. You know, sometimes you just want to keep things super simple. But what I love is the layering process. And these are things that you might not hear, but you will feel them. And that's what's so beautiful about this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy paste this because it just continues to breathe. Just breathing. Isn't that cool? And then what I can do is I can just add like a nice little reverb. I love the Valhalla reverb. It's like a tried and true reverb. And I love it. And there's not much of a change that we need with it. But check this out. Because it's like a bigger space, so now so it kind of blends in. It's nice. Just breathing. This turned into a breathwork stream. Hey, I see what you did there. It is a breathwork. All right, guys. We're going to breathe in. By the way, if you haven't done any sort of a breath work, which I'm sure some of you have, as we know, Jadinen, it's an incredible thing. It's powerful stuff. And like also it you know really you actually like, you know, realize how much you don't know how to breathe because we take it for granted. It's like it's a thing that we do. It's just we do it. We like actually blink. Like we don't think about like we like blink, but we blink. We also breathe, and we don't even think about it consciously because we just do it. But if you can actually learn how to breathe, like you actually realize how much we don't use the actual breath to our like advantage. It's a powerful thing. It can slow down your heart rate. It can you know raise your heart rate. And if your heart rate slows down, like the blood flow slows down and all those things. I mean, there's so much that goes into it. But yeah, man, breathing is like, make it sound like you're standing in cosmos. Yes. So now let's just see how it sounds like with the music. Let's see what it sounds like with the music. So here, I want this to be a little bit longer actually. So I'm going to just stretch it a little bit more. And then I'm going to move it back like this. Let's see. Actually, we need to, this is coming in a little bit too soon for my taste. You know, we can stretch from both sides. I'm going to stretch it from this side too. There you go. Now let's see if it sounds okay. Fix the timing of this because it's still not hitting the way I want it to hit. Let's see. That's better. Also, what I can do is I can actually compress this a little bit just so we can hear a little bit more details. Let's just do some breath work. Wow. Actually, let's just take this actually moment, if you are watching, and let's just breathe. That's nice. what's funny too? I saw this one thing. I think it was on like Instagram or something, but I saw that the scientists have found out that like the Earth has a heartbeat. Earth heartbeat. It's so cool, man. And this kind of feels like Earth's heartbeat. Dude, just watch this thing. See how cool this is. I'm not sure if this is real or not, but Earth has a heartbeat. And this is the soundtrack for it. Let me see if I can show you. You see that? So that's the heartbeat of the universe. The heartbeat of the universe. This is the heartbeat of the universe. Does it, let me see, is it moving? I think I gotta start it over. Look. Isn't that crazy? The Earth and its heartbeat, shown by tracked plant photosynthesis patterns. Cool. Now we know. Isn't that crazy though? Wild. All right, let's start Zodiac from the top and let's see what happens. By the way, if you're watching on Shorts on YouTube, like, subscribe, all that. Yo, that breathing is crazy. That breathing is wild. It's pretty cool, man. Have you seen the little devices they hook to plants that make music? Yes, I have. Like, you know, mushrooms and stuff too. Oh yeah, it's really cool. This whole thing, I'm telling you, like this whole thing is so connected and everything has life, you know? It's true. See, that's without the breaths. Now we're gonna add the breaths. It's so cool. I love that. Because also like for this part, like I don't want it to be so like on the grid. So what this does, it kind of like slows down the timing of it kind of, and it kind of messes up the rhythm, but like in a good way. So like these are the drums. Actually the full drums. That was the drums before, right? Now this is the full on drums. This is how much we have added on. Isn't that cool? That's like the layer that sits on top. So I'm just gonna call this the top or tops drums. So you have the body of the drums, which is this guy. This is what we had before, right? Now this is the whole, it kind of brings it all to life. And also the cool thing with it is when you actually send that through a bus, you can just really sculpt it even more. It's all about sculpting, right? You want to cut off those lower frequencies because we don't need them. But the point is, when you add the breath, listen to the breath. It like slows it down. And it makes it kind of human. I really like it. And then you have the bass. This is so cool. And you know what's so funny? I've always wanted to do something like this. It's so weird. I've always wanted to do something like this, but this just kind of came out of nowhere, which is cool. And then we add the breaths. So those drums, they can also benefit from, or not the drums, but the horns. I'm gonna put a side chain right there, and I'm gonna side chain it to the kick because I still don't want to lose the body of the horn, but I want to make room for the kick because the kick is what's holding it all down, you know? Sounds awesome. Sounds so cool, if I may say so myself. It helps give the spotlight to the horns. Absolutely. Oh, actually, I'm getting a phone call. Give me 1 second. I gotta mute my mic. It's an important phone call. Hello. Sorry, I'm back. I had a phone call that I had to take care of, and it was important, so I had to take it. What was I doing? I don't even remember what I was doing. What was I doing? What I was saying is I just always wanted to have the breaths in the, not breasts, but breaths. I've always wanted to have breasts. I think one of the things that I want to do also is kind of highlight the main melody with another sound. Let me see what I can find here. I guess I'm not using that anymore. And then what's on this? Oh, this is the drums. Okay, I've already used that. Put the Vox down here. Not gonna use the Vox. I actually did write like a cool like a melody thing on top, but I don't think I'm gonna have actually vocals for it. I think we can do without vocals. We can just keep Zodiac an instrumental track. And we are also gonna manifest like a Netflix show that's gonna pick it for like the intro for their show. Because it worked so well. Where is... I'm going to pull up the good old Serum. Let's see here. Serum 2. It's going to ask me to download the new version. I haven't done it yet. I'm getting another call. 1 second. Hello? Hi. I'm streaming. All right. Many phone calls today. Let's see. What is the cool sadness etching? Sounds interesting. We need something we need a sound like almost like bells or um, what is this one? That one might work. It's a little typical, but let's see. See here, I want it to sound I think here I want it to be doubled up with there you go. I just gotta shave off some of these frequencies that are harsh. Take that out. Take that one down. So I guess the new Final Fantasies is dropping. I think they just dropped what is this? The Omega Plantis Descent upon Forbidden Lands in free title update 3. Cool. And someone said that this song also feels like Final Fantasy, so I want to play that while we listen again and see if it feels like Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy. Let's see. This is I think this just dropped like yesterday, so let's see how it feels. Final Fantasy special collaboration. It goes pretty well to me. It actually matches like all the shooting and stuff too. That's cool. Like all the fire, especially the big drums. It's kind of fun to watch this because it gives you ideas too to add more stuff to it. Final Fantasy. What was that? A cat? That's cool. That's cool. Ooh, it definitely matches this part. December 2025. Final Fantasy. Cool. But it definitely looks cool. See that? See, I think I should put a sound. See that gives me an idea when it comes to. Something what could be cool, like a let me see what we can find here. No, vocal. was kind of interesting too. Let me see. Maybe I can even go. I can layer those on top of the big drums. Pa, 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 like that. That's cool. I might need like a percussion thing or ethereal. Check this out. I want to just like make this vocal texture, or have this vocal texture. Which is going to like slowly come in. Just the little bits and pieces that, again, it's like you have like the initial idea, you capture that, and then like the rest of the time you just add things and bits and pieces, and like also this is why I love to watch stuff when I'm actually working on some things, because it gives you ideas and like, oh, I could add that sound. This sound. And also, nice little trick we can use. There is this plugin called Endless. Shout out to Data Life. They actually are behind this plugin. And what we can do is make it like a tension builder. like that. So I'll show you. And it goes down. Anka is in chat. By the way, Anka, we all need to see your we all do need to see your painting when it's done. You know what I think on like the community tab on my YouTube, I think you can post stuff, right? I don't know if you can or not, but you should post your art when it's done so we can all see it. And then you move on to the one whatever Justin was saying yesterday. What did we say? Putting paint to cannabis painting by Anka. Or actually better yet, I mean, just putting it out there, Anka, because you paint and you watch and you listen, like if you ever wanted to paint something to this, would be cool. Like paint whatever this makes you feel, that would be cool. That's so cool. Okay, let's see. Also, what I would like to do is to make this sound a little bit more 3D. So again, what I can do is I can put a tremolo plugin, and then I'm going to change the mode to pan, and kind of make it a little bit more 3D. Actually, what I can do is I can also make that like the timing of it more. See, that kind of makes it more, it just kind of makes it cool. And also like the timing, it kind of makes the timing of it weird too, which is... It's like a good way to be able to blend in different sounds and stuff. We have that. It would be cool to get each zodiac sign to design their own art. Ooh, that's interesting. How many actually zodiac signs are there? Are there 12 because of the 12 month? How many zodiac signs are there? I think it's 12, right? 12, right? Zodiac signs. It's Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, which is you, Kim, right? Leo. I think. Virgo, Libra, moi. Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Pisces, and Aquarius. I can't say that. Aquarius. What? Anka's a Leo too. Hey, Leo gang. I can't. Can we actually see the Leo like personality types? I'm gonna break you guys down. Let's see what the personality type of Leo is here. My moon is Libra though. Oh, that's cool. Leo personality traits are generally described. Actually, if I may, let me put on the music because it would just have a better effect. But I'm gonna mute the drums and the bass, and we only hear. All right, Leo personality traits are generally described as being confident, loyal, and generous, with a natural leadership ability and love for the spotlight. Leos are known for their warmth, creativity, and outgoing nature, though they can also be seen as arrogant, attention-seeking, or stubborn. Ruled by the sun, they tend to be ambitious, optimistic, and fiercely protective of loved ones. That's awesome. I love it. And honestly, I feel like it makes perfect sense. That personality type, from what I've seen from our talks here, it checks out. Kim and Anka both. Got the vibes, man. That's cool. That's beautiful. You guys are loyal. You guys fight for your right to be fabulous. And that's beautiful, man. Loyal and protective. Once trust is earned, Leos are steadfast in their loyalty and become powerful protectors of their friends and family. That's beautiful, man. That's fucking awesome. Well, I got 2 Leo Sheenies. I don't know. Things about to go down. I feel protected already. That's beautiful though. Actually, since I did you guys', it's really only fair for me to read my own, because I haven't necessarily done this in a long time. So I think it's good to know where I stand with the universe here. Let's see where I stand with the universe. Where do I stand with the universe? Libra. Libra is an air sign, and Libras are known for the love of being around other people. Hence the stream, AFSHEEN. Libras are incredibly cooperative and fair-minded, and are a sign that believes firmly in the power of social connection. Wow, it's so true. Libras are some of the most interesting and clever people around, and they have a lot to offer. I don't know about that, but I try my best to be useful. But that is very, very true. I 100% actually agree with this. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Oh my God. I love that I have my own designs. I'm working on myself. My moon is aqua. Wow, that's cool. Aries. Wait, what is my moon? How do I find out my moon? Because you guys know yours. I don't even know what mine is, to be honest. Aries rising. It's good to check in with the universe. Haha. I just checked in and that checked out. That really does check out. I mean, it makes perfect sense too with what I do with like music. Like this is literally my whole reason of why I do why I love doing what I do is because the power of social connection. I love that. And I just also love to see other people win. And I mean, I love when I see people that I love, they are doing well in life. They are happy and they're winning in life in whatever way, you know. It makes me happy. It really does. You have so much to offer, oh God, even just these streams are too helpful. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you. You have 3 main signs: sun, moon, and rising, right? Your birth chart. Do you know what time you were born? Right. I don't know about. My parents barely actually remember what happened with me. Like that's been my actual problem. Whenever I actually ask my mom, she'd say, "Yeah, you were born like early morning," and then my dad says you were born at night. So we don't know. We don't know when I was born. To be honest with you, I have no idea what time or anything like that. I do know that I was born and I survived being born. It's kind of crazy, man. The first 2 years of my life, I was actually born in war. So my country was in war for the first 2 years of my life. And my earliest, like my earliest memory, the first thing I can remember is literally my mom holding me on the street while like these planes are going actually over, and there's like actually air horns that go like that, and it's kind of crazy, but that's the first thing I remember, and I was 2 years old. So it's just like a miracle that I was just born. I survived. I have no idea what time. I don't know. So if there's any other way I can find out. I have no idea. Love that layer now. That layer sounds so cool. I have to copy this over maybe. Let's see if I have to. Let's see. That's cool. It's all about these little details, man. This is why I love production, by the way. One of the biggest reasons. For that ending, just gonna give that a little bit of a tail at the end. Wow, your story is incredible. Some sites will let you click a box that you don't know the birth time. Okay, cool. What what is it called? Libra, or I'm sorry, moon rising, right? That's what it's called. What is my moon rising? Calculate your rising sign. I think it's good to know these things, man, right? I just don't want it to be a thing where I have to like put my email and stuff. I don't want to do that. I want to do all that stuff. Natal chart. Let me just make sure that this doesn't ask for my email because I don't want an email. I don't know my time of birth. Without time, birth time. Okay. Let's see. Very interesting. All right, guys, are you ready for my whatever this is going to be? Let's see. My moon sign. What's my moon sign? I don't know. I just pressed a button. Moon change signs on the day you were born. Okay. Moon changed signs on the day you were born. It moved from Capricorn to Aquarius. So you will need your exact time of birth to know which of these two signs your moon is in. Try reading the description of both signs to see which one you relate most. Interesting. Dude, so the day that I was born, the moon changed sign from Capricorn to Aquarius. So my moon is either Capricorn or Aqua, which I don't know which one I am. Find out more. Capricorn. Okay, if you have the moon in Capricorn, you tend to be very serious and responsible, thinking that duty calls first before all else. I do have that. You are not comfortable. I don't think I'm serious. I could be. Okay, I'm serious with me, with myself. Also, I feel like I should play this music in the background just to soften this whole thing. I feel like things about to get serious up in this place. By the way, I tend to be very conscious of not actually cussing on stream or just in general. So if you ever hear me say the word shit or F or anything, it's very intentional. But having said that, let's read about me and see what's my life. And so this is the first time, by the way, this is the first time I've ever done this. I've never done this before in my life. I have no idea about my moon rising, excuse me. So let's read about it and see what it is. And also, Anka says, maybe you are a mix of both, which is interesting because I may be, because I am very interesting. I'm a very interesting person. I could be serious, but I also could be fun. Most of the time I like to keep it fun, but I could be very, very serious, you know? So it's possible that I am both, you know? But let's see what life has in store for us. All right. If you have the moon in Capricorn, you tend to be very serious, responsible, thinking that duty calls first before all else. You are not comfortable displaying your emotions for all to see, and you certainly don't want them to think that you need help and support. Dude, oh my God, that's freaking crazy. So funny enough, I've had to work through all of this in like therapy. Like, you know, but it's true. I don't think it's so much more true anymore because I've worked through them, but this is exactly how I used to be, where I'm like, I'm not going to show like emotion. There's still some stuff happening out there with me where I don't like to show emotion and stuff, but in general, like, I think that's is true. Wow, man, I got like this like split personality situation going on here. No, I'm kidding. I don't have split personality, but it is interesting. Comfortable displaying your emotions for all to see, and certainly don't want them to think that you need help and support. You never want to appear emotionally weak. That's true. Very true. There is a great sense of ambition within you, perhaps because you feel unloved, unwanted, or inadequate. You then work very hard because it makes you feel important or needed. Okay, again, yes. But also I've worked through a lot of this, you know, within myself and therapy. So I have worked a lot to get all this done. So, or to actually get it like, not resolved, but I've been better but I have been better at this stuff. But this is very true. You need to feel secure in your own authority. Yes. Security needs are what drive you 100,000%. Interesting. Very interesting. Security needs, I mean, in what way though? Yeah, it's interesting. It is true. But also most people, it does drive most people, right? I don't know. You may be shy and insecure over your own worth and can be overly sensitive to real or imagined hurts. I'm going to stop the music because it is distracting. It's too much for my actual brain. But it's true. That is very, very true. And it's funny, hence the fact that I said earlier, like I actually don't know what actually value I bring, that comment within self. Do I believe that comment? Not really, but I said it. It's interesting. Security needs are what drive you. You may be shy and insecure over your own worth and can be overly sensitive to real or imagined hurts. That's very true. Sometimes you feel as though you have to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. I have in the past, I mean, my whole life really, but I put that fucking weight down a long time ago. I'm no longer doing that. I'm just having a good time. You are especially uncomfortable with emotional dependency. It's true. It's very, very true. The weight of the world on my shoulder, by the way, these things are very much my default. So I've worked to be consciously not doing these things, by the way. I think that's part of the healing journey too. You are especially uncomfortable with emotional dependency, and will tell yourself and others, even children, not to be a baby. I have done that, perhaps, but not in that way. Like I haven't said don't be a baby. Anyways, it's interesting. You need to accept that no one is self-sufficient all the time. That's what my girl tells me all the time. And to be gentle with your childish emotional needs and wants. Okay, it's true. To others, you may appear to be rather hard-nosed and tough. Okay, by the way, guys, you know, the actual level of vibes that we have together, that I'm just reading this out loud with you because I have really honestly nothing to hide here, but these are all very true. I can really confirm a lot of this. Attitude toward their personal concerns and feelings. Your feelings and loyalties run deep. 100. You know, it's so funny. I was actually saying this a few days ago. I said that being loyal is literally the fabric of my being. I'm just like a loyalist to the core. And when it gets violated, then it's so hurtful. And of course, it's been violated before. But you often do not let people know how much you care. Perhaps. You also need to learn to relax, enjoy yourself, and play sometimes. Yes, I used to absolutely not do any of that. But then again, it also is the reason what really actually drove me to have like you know, any of the actual success that I've had in many ways. So it is an interesting thing. Now that I know about it, of course, it's a good thing to be conscious of it. And yeah, I mean, for me, for like the longest time, it's been so hard to just have fun. You are conservative. It's true. Reliable and ambitious. Very true. You have the ability to be. By the way, I am conservative in many ways, but also I'm pretty wild. So again, maybe when we go to Aqua, this is interesting. I have two different vibes. I'm telling you, this is one part of it. I'm going to go to Aqua and you're going to see how much of it I can actually confirm. But this is just one part of it. Kim says, I want the truth even when it hurts. I love that. And I think life is too short for us to actually, beat around the bush and not have the truth. Like, the truth will set you free. Also, Anka says a lot of people use astrology to help them navigate personal development. So it is cool that you're just seeing this for the first time and it's stuff you have worked on / are working on. Very true. Very, very true. You might fit Aqua more. Aqua understands both sides. Interesting. Guys, this is like kind of, again, this is what I love about the streams because I don't know what's going to happen. I was not planning on doing this, but we are going to learn something here. Okay. I am conservative and reliable and ambitious. You have the ability to bring plans to completion 1000%. 1000%. On the negative side, you may be ruthless in your desire for power and success. Not true. Absolutely not. I've never been ruthless once in my life. I can sleep nice and comfy at night, resting my head on the pillow, knowing that I've never been ruthless in business or in really anything that I've done, because that's just not the way I operate. I can be ruthless in the way I want to go after something, hence me streaming every day. I'm ruthlessly streaming every day. I'm ruthlessly posting content every day, but that's about it. Yeah, I'm definitely not ruthless. Selfishness, but if I have to keep it 100% and keep it 100%, I know what ruthless can be like. You know what I mean? Some people don't even know what that is, but I know if I wanted to be ruthless, I can be ruthless. How about this? I have the capacity to be ruthless. I choose not to, though. So they're not wrong. Again, we're just going to keep it 100% here. Selfishness and manipulation are possible. Okay. Interesting. Again, I know what that feels like, but I just don't really exercise those powers. You desire recognition. The emotions are steady but can be quiet cold. Okay, so much of that was true, by the way. So let's go to aqua. Are you guys ready for my aqua side? Okay, let's see the aqua. But it is so crazy. It is so crazy. That also explains so much in my life. You know, I'm born and the freaking moon changes signs, bro. The moon changes signs the second I'm born. We don't know which one. So now I have to find out what time. Then I ask my parents. They don't know what time I was born. Here we go. This is my life pretty much summed up in in this moment. Okay, now let's read about the moon in Aquarius. If you have the moon in Aquarius, your emotions tend to be guided by intellect, and you can be very detached when it comes to dealing with them. Somewhat. I wouldn't say that's my like default. I've had to learn. I've had to learn in therapy to be guided by my intellect. Okay. Others may think you're cold and aloof because they don't understand the ways in which you deal with your feelings. No, I don't think so. I don't think anyone thinks I'm cold. I mean, I don't think we get coldness from me here. No, I don't agree with that at all. This position steadies your emotions. No, you find security in dealing with and working with groups of people, especially in endeavors that benefits the majority. That is true. That is very, very true. I find security in dealing with and working with groups of people, especially in endeavors that benefit the majority. I agree with that. You are inventive. I don't know, am I? Just kidding. Original. I don't know, am I? That actually can be argued if something is original or not, but I don't know. Why don't you try to Google another AFSHEEN to see if there's another me? There's one of me. I'm just kidding. And progressive in thought. Very true. And want to make sure the world a better place to live in. 1000%. I mean, who doesn't though? How many signs, just if I may, guys, how many signs out there like you want the world to be in the worst place to live in? Like, anyways, just being real. Excuse me. One second. What did you say? Oh, we have to go. Can I have like 3 more minutes? Just 3 minutes. I do have to go to my doctor's appointment, but let me just finish this real quick. And then we can finish on this note because we're learning about each other. Family ties. Okay, place a minute. Okay, family ties and attachments may not be as important to you as they are to others. And you perhaps often consider your friends closer to you than your blood relatives. Yes. If I have to be honest. You need freedom and independence, because my philosophy is you are not family by blood, you're family by love. So that's my philosophy of life. Just because we're blood, that does not make you family. That's just being real. You need freedom and independence in your relationships with others. Yes. You back away at times if they get too close. Yes, I have. You very much hate a partner who is jealous and possessive. Yeah, I don't know if I can do that. You like to experiment and play the field. Yes, there's a small affection for the conventional and traditional. Oh yeah, I don't care for any of that. I care for tradition, but it really can't rule my life. You know what I mean? You tend to be friendly, intuitive, human, progressive, and independent. 1,000%. You are broad-minded with a desire to investigate all knowledge. 1,000%. You may have difficulty in understanding the emotional needs of others. again, I've had to work on this. So it does not come to me by default, but I've had to work through these. And I've gotten, I mean, so basically now I can. Again, just really, really keeping it real. At times you express unusual ideas simply to shock or surprise others out of their lethargy or just to see what kind of reaction you'll get. This is very, very true. I recently posted a topless photo of me. I never really post stuff like that, but I really found it funny. And, you know, and if you haven't seen it, like it's on my actually IG. And it's just like a funny post about me actually like, you know, me actually running. And when my girl died, she was freaking out. She's like, you never post stuff like this, like I'm like, babe, it's okay, relax. But that is true. That is true. On the negative side, you can be impersonal, stubborn, erratic, rebellious, rigid, emotionally cramped, and selfish. Some of those things, not all of those things, but some of those things for sure. Yeah. Okay. So, okay, Aquarius and what's the other one? Okay, Capricorn. All right. I am a Capricorn. I'm a Cap Aqua. That's my moon. On the next stream, we'll find out about my sun and like the other ones. I do have to leave for my actually doctor's appointment, but this was really, really amazing. I do want to read the chat before we leave too, because I want to know what you said. The moon said you get to decide which path to take. That's funny. Or be both, right? Because anyways, I just have a like a broader perspective of life because I have both of them. That's what I actually believe in. I believe Fabulously Not Gay is original. Yes, Fabulously Not Gay is original. Thank you for that. I do like to take credit for Fabulously Not Gay. And this is coming from a gay person, by the way, if I may. I'm approved. Fabulously Not Gay. That's amazing. That's funny, Kim. It's not so much they want the world wars, it's just that they focus less on trying to make it better. That is true. There are a lot of people. Man, Anka, you're different, girl. You're different. I don't know what you're doing, but you're different. That was amazing. That's beautifully said. Not that they wanted wars, they just don't do anything to make it better. Wow, beautiful. Love that family is in the soul, 1000%. I mean, honestly, if I may, like this to me feels more like family than some of my own family, just keeping it real because you're here. They're not. Just real. But anyways, I am gonna go. Guys, thank you so much for being here again. If you're watching on Twitch or Kick or YouTube or whatever you're watching from, thank you so much. This was so fun to do. Next stream, we're gonna find out more about me and what I'm doing. And maybe I'll also find out about you and what you're doing. Also, Anka, if you haven't finished the painting, maybe post it so we can see what you're painting. And let's go. All of us. Kim, let's choose a dog, girl. Choose a dog and let's start making some vibes going. But anyways, I love you all. Thank you all so much for being here. And take care of yourself. Smile. Breathe. And we'll come back to Zodiac tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow Friday. Perfect. Yeah. All right. I'm going to go to my doctor's appointment and hopefully I'm healthy and good and let's see what happens. But see y'all tomorrow. Have the most amazing time and see you on the other side. Okay. Bye.